Welcome back. Imagine owning a piece of the serene Nordic landscape for just $1. It sounds like a fairy tale, but in 2026, it's a reality. As big cities become unaffordable, several Scandinavian municipalities are practically giving away land and homes to save their communities. Today, we're exploring 10 incredible locations where you can start a new life in the north for the price of a chocolate bar. Let's dive in. Sweden. Our first stop brings us to the quiet, scenic municipality of Götene, located in the heart of southern Sweden. If you've ever looked at the map of Sweden, you'll see two massive blue patches. Götene sits right on the eastern shore of the largest one, Lake Vänern. This isn't just any lake, it's the largest in the European Union, offering a coastline that feels more like an ocean. The area is also home to the Plateaubergens UNESCO Global Geopark and the breathtaking Mount Kinnekulle, often referred to by locals as the Flowering Mountain, due to its rare flora and stunning hiking trails. So why would such a beautiful place give away land for almost nothing? The answer is a demographic challenge. Like many rural European towns, Götene was facing an aging population and a slow local economy. Young people were moving to Stockholm or Gothenburg, leaving behind empty spaces. To stop this decline, the local government made a bold viral decision. They put up 30 residential plots of land for sale for just 1 Swedish krona per square meter. But before you start booking your flight to Scandinavia, you need to understand the strict Swedish logic that comes with this deal. This is not a real estate flip for investors, it is a community building project. When you sign the contract for a 1 krona plot, you are legally committing to start and complete the construction of a permanent residence within 24 months. This means you cannot just buy the land and let it sit for 10 years as an investment. If you fail to build a house in 2 years, the land goes back to the town, and you are slapped with a penalty fee of roughly 100,000 SEK, about 9,500. There are also hidden infrastructure costs that you must account for in your budget. While the land is practically free, modern life is not. You are responsible for the anslutningsavgifter, the connection fees for essential services. Connecting your new Nordic home to the municipal water system, sewage, electricity, and high-speed fiber optic internet will cost you between 170,000 and 200,000 SEK, $16,000 to $19,000. This is a one-time fee, but it's crucial for your financial planning. The best part? Sweden is incredibly open. There are no legal restrictions on foreigners or non-residents buying land. Whether you are from the US, Turkey, or anywhere else, you have the right to apply. However, you will need a Swedish bank account and a coordination number to finalize the legal paperwork. Because of the viral fame, the town was flooded with thousands of emails, leading them to temporarily pause applications to process the backlog. If you are a remote worker or someone looking for a sustainable life in a UNESCO heritage site, keep a close watch on Götene. It's a place where your backyard isn't just grass, it's a piece of Swedish history. Utajärvi, Finland. Moving from Sweden across the Baltic Sea, our second stop brings us to the land of 1,000 lakes and the world's happiest people, Finland. Specifically, we are diving into a project from the municipality of Utajärvi. If you've ever imagined living in a place where the air is the cleanest in the world and the northern lights dance over your roof, this is it. Utajärvi is located in the North Ostrobothnia region, a stunning landscape of vast forests, rolling rivers, and untouched snow. But despite its beauty, Utajärvi faced the same ghost town threat as many Nordic villages. To counter this, they launched a breathtaking offer: residential plots for just €1. Think about that for a moment. For the price of a small bottle of water, you can own a piece of Finnish soil. But Finland doesn't do anything without a plan. This isn't just about giving away dirt, it's about digital revitalization. Utajärvi has heavily invested in high-speed fiber optic infrastructure, making it a dream destination for digital nomads, software developers, and remote creators who want to work from the woods while staying connected to the global economy at lightning speeds. The logistics of the €1 deal. The plots offered are typically large, ranging from 2,000 to 5,000 square meters. In a normal market, these would cost tens of thousands of euros. By slashing the price to €1, the town is betting on your future tax contributions rather than the immediate land sale. The requirements in the fine print. Like Götene, Finland has rules. You aren't allowed to just buy the land and use it as a campsite. The building mandate. You must commit to building a high-quality, permanent residential house on the plot. The town provides a specific time frame, usually requiring construction to begin within a year of the purchase. Sustainability standards. Finland is a world leader in green energy. While you build your €1 home, the municipality encourages, and sometimes requires, modern insulation and heating standards. Given that Finnish winters can drop to 30 degrees Celsius, this isn't just a rule, it's a survival necessity. Why choose Finland? Beyond the €1 price tag, living in Utajärvi offers something money can't buy. The Finnish jokamiehen oikeudet, or every man's right. This law allows anyone to roam freely in nature, forage for berries and mushrooms, and enjoy the lakes, regardless of who owns the land. For a remote worker, this is the ultimate office view. The town is also conveniently located about an hour's drive from the city of Oulu, known as the Silicon Valley of the North, giving you a perfect balance between deep nature and high-tech urban life. Is it cold? Yes. Is it dark in the winter? Absolutely. But for €1, you are buying a ticket to the safest and most stable society on the planet. Norway, Svalbard, and Finnmark. If you think Sweden and Finland were remote, we need to go even further north. Welcome to Norway, specifically the rugged coastline of the Finnmark region and the mysterious archipelago of Svalbard. In the northernmost parts of Norway, the government doesn't just want you there. They actually offer incentives to stay. In places like the Finnmark and North Troms areas, the state offers significant tax breaks and even writes off a portion of student loans for those who choose to live and work in these forgotten zones. It's a place where the sun doesn't set for months, and the aurora borealis is your only neighbor. But the real hidden gateway to absolute freedom is Svalbard. Located halfway between Norway and the North Pole, Svalbard is a unique geopolitical anomaly. Thanks to the Svalbard Treaty, people from all over the world can live and work here visa-free. There are no residency permits required, no immigration hurdles, and taxes are significantly lower than on the mainland. However, freedom here comes with a price: the extreme cold and the requirement that you must have a job or a way to support yourself. It is one of the few places on Earth where you are truly lost from the traditional bureaucracy of the modern world. If you can handle the polar nights and the occasional polar bear sighting, this is the ultimate destination for those seeking a life outside the system. Denmark, Bornholm and the rural archipelago. While Denmark is often associated with the bustling streets of Copenhagen and its high cost of living, there is a side to this country that remains largely untouched by the frantic pace of modern life. If you move away from the mainland and cross the Baltic Sea, you'll find the island of Bornholm, a rugged granite-filled paradise that offers a different kind of freedom. Historically, Bornholm was a strategic military outpost, but today it has become a sanctuary for those looking to escape the conventional Danish lifestyle. The island operates on its own clock, with small coastal villages where life revolves around the sea and local craftsmanship rather than corporate deadlines. What makes this region truly special for those seeking an alternative path is Denmark's growing movement toward eco-villages and co-housing communities. In the rural pockets of Bornholm and the southern islands like Åland, there is an increasing number of abandoned farmhouses and historic properties that can be acquired for significantly less than a tiny apartment in the city. The local municipalities are often eager to welcome newcomers who want to restore these properties and bring life back to the rural landscape. Unlike the rigid structure of the capital, these communities prioritize self-sufficiency, organic farming, and a shared economy, allowing you to live a high-quality life with a much smaller financial footprint. Living here means trading the noise of the city for the sound of the wind across the Baltic cliffs. You are still within the safety net of the Danish social system, yet you are physically and mentally far enough away to create your own reality. It is a place where you can spend your mornings foraging in the Almindingen forest and your afternoons watching the sunset over the ruins of Hammershus Castle. For anyone who feels suffocated by the modern urban grind, the forgotten rural corners of Denmark offer a sophisticated yet simple escape, a chance to reclaim your time and live in harmony with the tides of the north. Iceland Westfjords region. If you feel that even the most remote parts of Scandinavia are still too connected to the modern grid, then you must travel to the absolute edge of the habitable world. Iceland is famous for its dramatic landscapes, but most people never venture beyond the Golden Circle. To truly get lost, you must head to the Westfjords, a massive claw-like peninsula that reaches out toward Greenland. This is the oldest part of Iceland, carved by glaciers over millions of years, and it is a place where the mountains are steep, the roads are gravel, and the silence is absolute. It is a region of forgotten fishing villages and abandoned farmsteads that have stood empty for decades, waiting for someone to breathe life back into their weathered walls. The freedom found in the Westfjords is not just about isolation, it is about the raw, untamed power of the elements. Because the population has been steadily migrating toward the capital of Reykjavik, large stretches of this territory have become ghost regions. This shift has created a unique opportunity for those seeking a radical change of pace. In villages like Djupavik or the remote valleys of Hornstrandir, there is a profound sense of being at the end of the earth. Here, you are not governed by the clock or the digital notifications of your phone, but by the tides, the heavy winter snows, and the unpredictable volcanic rhythm of the island. It is one of the few places left in Europe where nature still holds total authority over human ambition. The local government and small communities in the Westfjords are increasingly open to pioneers who want to establish creative hubs, sustainable fisheries, or remote digital workspaces. While the cost of living in Iceland is generally high, the barrier to entry in these distant fjords is significantly lower, and the quality of life is measured in views of the North Atlantic and the dance of the Northern Lights. Living here requires a certain level of mental and physical toughness, as the winters are long and the mountain passes can be closed for days at a time. However, for the person who craves a life of total independence, the Westfjords offer a sanctuary where you can truly disappear. You can spend your days hiking across ridges where no human footprint has been seen for weeks, or bathing in natural geothermal springs hidden in the cliffs. It is a land of giants and myths, providing a canvas for a life that is as grand and unfiltered as the landscape itself. Faroe Islands, North Atlantic Archipelago. Deep in the heart of the North Atlantic, between the coasts of Norway and Iceland, lies a cluster of 18 jagged volcanic rocks known as the Faroe Islands. This is a world shaped by wind, water, and an ancient Viking heritage that refused to be tamed by the passing of centuries. While officially a self-governing territory within the Kingdom of Denmark, the Faroes operate with a fierce sense of independence and a connection to the land that is almost entirely lost in the rest of Europe. It is a place of massive sea cliffs, emerald green valleys, and weather that can change 4 times in a single hour. For those seeking a life that is truly off the map, the remote northern islands of this archipelago, like Kalsoy or Kunoy, offer a level of solitude that is both intimidating and incredibly liberating. What makes the Faroe Islands a fascinating destination for a new kind of life is the perfect balance between high-tech infrastructure and primitive isolation. Despite their location in the middle of a storm-tossed ocean, the islands are connected by an incredible network of subsea tunnels and high-speed internet, meaning you can live in a village of 20 people and still be connected to the global economy. However, once you step outside your wooden, turf-roofed cottage, you are in a wilderness where sheep outnumber humans 2 to 1. The local culture is built on the concept of grannastevna, or neighborly cooperation, where the survival of the community depends on mutual respect and shared resources. It is a society that values the practical skills of fishing, farming, and knitting just as much as digital expertise, providing a grounded reality that many find missing in modern city life. The freedom found here is found in the rhythm of the seasons and the absolute lack of urban noise. There are no forests here to block your view, only the endless horizon of the Atlantic and the vertical drops of the bird cliffs. In the smaller settlements, there is a profound sense of safety and trust. Doors are often left unlocked, and children roam freely across the hills. Because the islands are so small and isolated, the impact of one individual is magnified, allowing you to truly contribute to the fabric of a local village. Life here requires a deep respect for the ocean and the patience to endure the mist that often blankets the islands for days. But for those who find beauty in the raw power of nature and the simplicity of a life lived by the tides, the Faroe Islands represent the ultimate North Atlantic sanctuary, a place where you can stand on the edge of a 1,000-foot cliff and feel like the only person left on Earth. Estonia, Saaremaa, and Hiiumaa. If you move across the Baltic Sea to the eastern edge of the north, you encounter a land that blends ultra-modern digital freedom with an ancient pagan soul. Estonia is world famous for its e-residency and high-tech society, but step away from the capital of Tallinn and head toward the islands of Saaremaa and Hiiumaa, and you will find a different reality. These islands are covered in deep, primeval forests, limestone cliffs, and coastal meadows that have remained unchanged for centuries. During the Soviet era, many of these coastal zones and islands were restricted military areas, which accidentally preserved their nature from industrial development. Today, they stand as forgotten sanctuaries where the air is among the cleanest in the world and the density of people is incredibly low. What makes the Estonian Islands a paradise for the modern seeker of freedom is the unique intersection of technology and nature. You can sit in a wooden cabin deep in a pine forest, miles from your nearest neighbor, and still have access to some of the fastest 5G internet on the planet. This allows for a digital off-grid lifestyle, earning a living from the global market while physically existing in a world of wolves, bears, and ancient stone churches. In the rural parts of Saaremaa, traditional farmsteads with thatched roofs are still common, and the local culture places a massive emphasis on self-reliance. Estonians have a deep-rooted tradition of foraging, mushroom hunting, and maintaining their own vegetable gardens, making it an ideal location for someone looking to practice permaculture or sustainable living without sacrificing their digital career. The freedom found on these islands is a quiet, intellectual kind of liberty. There is a profound respect for privacy and personal space. Your neighbors will help you if your car is stuck in the snow, but they will never intrude on your solitude. Land prices in the deep interior of the islands or the smaller islets are surprisingly affordable compared to Western European standards, offering a rare chance to own a significant piece of forest or coastline. Life here follows the slow-living philosophy, where the highlight of your week might be a traditional wood-fired sauna or watching the migratory birds return to the Baltic shores. For the person who wants to be lost in the woods but still found online, Estonia's islands offer a sophisticated, secure, and wild frontier that is unlike anywhere else in the Northern Hemisphere.